NBC Montana's Jacob Owens is following up tonight and takes us through this latest development in a string of controversial federal spending reductions.
Cuts to the National Endowment for the Humanities have arrived in Montana, causing the statewide nonprofit Humanities Montana to pause all programming and begin relying on reserve funds.
Our job is to take humanities and infuse them into our communities, into the state.
The National Endowment for Humanities sent notice last week terminating the group's federal grant. Baker says this eliminates just under $1 million in funding, nearly 90% of the budget for Humanities Montana. Baker says this takes many different forms in the state's 56 counties. This work is done with cultural institutions like libraries and museums. Humanities Montana gives grants to different organizations, including for an oral history project or to put together a film on Vietnam veterans. Some groups supported by the nonprofit in Missoula are Montana Public Radio, the Historical Museum at Fort Missoula, and the Missoula Public Library. Slavin Lee, the library's director, says programming supported by Humanities Montana is important during divisive times because it opens up complicated conversations.
So it just feels incredibly important right now, and the loss of that programming is pretty awful.
Baker says she understands some people are concerned about government waste and fraud.
At Humanities Montana, we are very efficient with our funds. We do the best to stretch a dollar as far as we can.
We looked over the organization's 2023 audit together. Humanities Montana listed more than $900,000 in expenses. The nonprofit gave out more than $184,000 in grants. However, the largest expense went to more than $417,000 in salaries and benefits for 4 full-time employees and 2 part-time staff. Another expense listed more than $11,000 in website expenses. Baker says the organization has enough reserve funds to stay running through June. To read the full story, visit our homepage at NBCMontana.com. Reporting in Missoula, Jacob Owens, NBC Montana.